To somebody in charge.
What?
Yeah, can you push me into somebody in charge, like a investigator, detective, or something?
Oh, okay. You got a complaint? Oh. Hold on. www.fdle.state.fl.
Yeah, who I'm speaking with?
This is Agent Moby. How may I help you?
Yeah, my name Douglas. Call here a couple.
Your name is, I'm sorry, your name is Douglas, you said?
Yeah, I called here a couple times.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Douglas. Let me see if I can find you in our system. You said you called here a couple times?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, please. Douglas is your last name?
Yeah.
And what is your first name?
ADACIA.
ADACIA?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What's your date of birth?
12/6/81.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Douglas, how may I help you?
Yeah, I've been calling every day waiting on somebody to call me back. I already left what I called for about a dozen times. And no.
Okay, do you remember who is it that you spoke to?
Do you see my name in your system?
I see your name, but there's nobody in particular. Let me see, I'll show you right now. Let me look for you again in a better system.
Can you tell me what today's date is?
What's today's date?
Yeah.
January 18.
Oh, okay.
Why you ask that? You don't know what today's date is?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, hold on. Who you spoke to, Mr. Douglas?
Do it say in there who I spoke to?
No. It just says that you have filed complaints reference law enforcement. Is that true?
Yeah. When
Okay.
When do it say?
Well, how may I help you? I mean, this is the first time I speak to you. So how is it that I can help you, Mr. Douglas?
In the records, when do it say what day do it say I called there to make my complaint?
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say anything regarding that. However, I just need to obtain whatever information you have.
Well, what do it say?
So I can... Okay, I need you to answer my questions. I just told you it doesn't say.
What do it say? You said you seen something.
It just says that you have filed complaints, but it doesn't tell me specifically in regards to what. So I believe I've answered your questions. Now you need to answer my question. How may I help you?
It only got one. It only has one sentence in there. You only say one sentence.
Okay. Are you going to talk to me, or are you asking me, or are you interviewing me? Because if that is the thing, I'm trying to help you. How may I help you again?
Well, you acting like you taking it personal that I'm asking you about my information that's in your computer.
I just told you. There's nothing. That's why I'm asking and I'm offering. How is it? Can I help you? It just says that you have called in the past. That's all it says.
Of course, it say I called in the past. It don't.
And that's all it says.
It don't say who typed it in there.
No.
Okay, so I see your department like to play a lot of games, huh?
I am not going to entertain that question, nor am I going to entertain that comment. Again, sir, how may I help you?
Well, obviously, I'm calling there about complaints against different police officers that attacked me, and I left.
Okay.
And I left my full complaint with the detectives who I spoke to. What y'all call yourselves, detectives?
We're agents, sir.
Okay. Well, I spoke to 2-3 different agents and spoke to them for 20-30 minutes apiece, and I gave them full complaints and details. So that's why I'm upset that no details of my complaints are in your records.
Okay.
I'm being neglected and abused by your office now, giving the runarounds. So can't you see that's why I'm asking them type of questions? I'm bewildered as to why none of my information is in the computers.
Okay. Again, how may I help you?
Well, of course, it would be common sense. I'm calling about the complaints that I left with your department, and I would want to know why none of the detectives or agents or whatever y'all.
Do you remember any of the names of the detectives or agents that you spoke to?
Can you tell me what some of the names of the agents that work there?
Unfortunately, I don't have that information. That's why I'm asking you. Who is it that you spoke to in the past?
You don't have the information of none of the agents that work there?
Again, I don't have anybody's name. I'm asking you if you remember who you spoke to.
Well, I guess y'all playing secrets with the names now, because I really don't remember. I know they was white people, just like you, white male. Yeah.
You said you spoke to a white male.
Yeah, and this was a few weeks back. The latest call I had was a few weeks back. So whoever.
And when you say you spoke to a white male, how were you able to determine that was a white male? Did you actually met with that person, or did you assume it's a white male?
No, he told me he was a white male.
Oh, he told you he was a white male. Okay. Do you remember his name?
No, not offhand. I would have thought maybe y'all would have remembered it, considering I called this same number, and it was transferred from the same secretary who transferred the call to you to the white male, and I talked to him about 3 or 4 different times, and he was supposed to have been investigating my complaints and then called me back. But I see that, like you said, that's not happening. There's nothing in there in regards to the name or nature of my complaints or the agents involved. So that's really frustrating, wasting the taxpayers' money and my time, because I thought y'all was doing y'all job and working on my complaints by now.
Do you want to tell me what your complaint is so I can document it and tell you exactly whether or not we will handle it, or I will have to refer you to another agency? How may I help you, Mr. Douglas?
Well, FDLE do investigate public corruption, right?
It all determines. It doesn't mean that we investigate any and all complaints. It all determines what the complaint is. Because if it's a complaint reference another officer from another agency, we refer that complaint back to the internal affairs for that department. Each department has their own internal affairs, and we do not investigate other agencies' internal affair matters. It all depends. So how may I help you?
So what do y'all investigate?
We investigate jurisdictional crimes, statewide prosecution crimes. Again, what is your complaint, sir? We have been on the phone for the past 5 minutes, and all I'm trying to do is help you, but you haven't given me any information.
Yeah, I know we've been on the phone 5 minutes.
Okay. Do you want to give me information as to your complaint so I can direct you to the right place?
You acting like
and document this information?
You acting like you getting an attitude with me about.
That is your opinion, sir. I'm trying to get to the facts.
You acting like you getting an attitude because I asked you what do y'all investigate, so I know what complaint.
I don't have an attitude. I believe I just answered your question. Now, do you want to answer my question, because I don't feel like entertaining this conversation anymore.
I'm asking a question. You told me that y'all investigate jurisdictional matters. What does that mean?
Jurisdictional matter, it all determines. It all depends. We investigate a little bit of everything, but not every complaint reference a law enforcement officer. We investigate.
Y'all investigate criminal acts by law enforcement officers from Miami-Dade, Florida?
Oh, if it's Miami-Dade PD, you need to contact the Internal Affairs of Miami-Dade Police Department. You want me to give you that information?
Obviously, you know in your record, like you deny seeing it, but you know my complaint is against also corrupt activities from the Internal Affairs Department who refuse to investigate their officers. So,
okay, so you're talking about Miami-Dade Internal Affairs?
I ain't talking about just Miami-Dade Internal Affairs. I'm talking about all the Internal Affairs Department, and I'm talking about the police department officers, and I'm talking about corrupt judges who don't have an Internal Affairs, and prosecutors. So it's amazing that you're trying to send me to Internal Affairs when you know specifically by typing in my name that Internal Affairs won't deal with me at all. They corrupt, and they trying to cover up for their officers. So they just neglecting to do their duties and their job. And now you want to send me back there to brush me off so y'all don't have to do your job here at the FDLE, right?
I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm writing everything you're saying, and I'm going to write a report reference your complaint, but you haven't given me specifics.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because I was asking you pretty much for you to clarify what kind of...
And I believe I answered your question, and I'm not going to continue entertaining this. Do you have a complaint or not? Because if not, then unfortunately I'm not going to be able to help you anymore.
You being real rude and disrespectful talking about continue entertaining something like I'm a monkey in a circus or something. I'm asking you...
I never refer to you as that, sir, and I take that very personal. I do not care for this kind of conversation with you. You either have a complaint or you don't.
You being unprofessional because your personal...
That is your opinion. That is strictly your opinion.
I know you don't care about my complaint because I'm the one making it and you trying to neglect doing your duties. Did you try to hang up on me?
I'm listening to you, but I'm not going to entertain you. I'm writing everything you're saying, but which is basically nothing.
I can't hear a word you saying.
Do you have a complaint or not, sir?
Of course. Now,
okay, what is your complaint?
I'm going to tell you what my first complaint would be.
Okay.
The first complaint is that I called this office several times.
Okay, hold on. Let me write this down.
Yeah, I thought you was writing it down.
I'm basically writing everything, but now you're telling me that this is your first complaint, so I'm going to quote, this is his first complaint.
The first complaint is you ready?
I'm writing down, sir.
All right, well, if you're ready, I'm going to tell you. So the first complaint we're going to start with today is the fact that I called there several times and spoke with about 2 or 3 different detectives or agents or whatever y'all call yourselves, and left a full detailed complaints, and then the agents told me that they was going to call me back, and they never did. And it's been weeks now, a couple months now, since I left my complaint with y'all agents in y'all department. So that'll be my first complaint with you. And I'd like for you to get that to a supervisor to investigate why no agents have documented my complaint, put it in a record, and is investigating when y'all told me y'all was investigating it. So that's kind of like a neglect of y'all duties, derelict of duty, unprofessional conduct, etc. You got that?
Go on, sir.
All right, sir. And the next complaint is, I called to report, but you didn't want to tell me what y'all investigate because you want to...
I believe I already did, but you're not satisfied with my answer, and I'm not going to continue going back and forth with you, sir.
Yeah, so my next complaint will be against you because you got...
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Would you like to speak to a supervisor?
No, I'm addressing my complaints that you taking.
Well, if you have a complaint against me, I suggest you speak with a supervisor. I'll be more than happy to transfer you.
I didn't ask you to suggest nothing. I'm leaving my complaints with you, and you can give it to a supervisor when you want.
Absolutely. So you're complaining about me?
Yeah, I'm complaining about your smart attitude, very rude and disrespectful. You making comments that I don't like, that's throwing me off, making me feel uncomfortable.
Comments such as?
Comments such as the way you speaking to me, telling me you ain't gonna entertain me and things of that nature.
I'm not gonna entertain you in the sense that I already answered your question, but it's not sufficient. Now, I'm not going back and forth with you.
Yeah, and you keep making the statements. You're not gonna go back and forth with me, as making it seem like I'm trying to be argumentative or disrespectful. It's an argument.
All right.
I'm simply asking you a couple questions. So you can make some smart comments to yourself about entertaining somebody and going back and forth with somebody. You can keep that to yourself and be respectful and treat me like I'm a white man or a white woman like you are. Treat me with decency and respect.
Excuse me? I never said anything regarding your race or anything of that sort. So I take that very personally, especially since I'm not white.
I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
No, don't go there, sir. I think this conversation is over. You need to speak with a supervisor. What is your phone number so I can have a supervisor call you?
I'm not done addressing you with my.
Well, I am done. What is your phone number? Because you are referencing a race, and this conversation is over.
I can address.
Now, what is your phone number?
I can address race. I told you to treat me like you treat your white friends when they call there.
I treat everybody the same.
Well, no,
you're referring to race, and I'm not going to entertain that.
I'm not going back and forth with you.
Okay, then this conversation is over, sir. My name, just for your information, let me give you my number, and let me give you my name so you can write a complaint. Are you ready?
I'm already verbally.
Okay, my name is Claudia. And my last name is Mulvey. M-U-L-V as in Victor, E-Y. Okay?
And what's your badge?
And I think this conversation is over. What is your what?
What's your badge number?
My badge number is 941, sir. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Have a great day.
Y'all see how these devils is? Now I call back. These some devious demonic devils.
Good afternoon, FDLE. How can I help you?
Yeah, can you transfer me to a supervisor or somebody so I can...
What exactly your complaint?
Miami-Dade. I'm complaining on crooked government officials from Miami-Dade.
Okay, let me transfer you to the hold on. Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. You have called Agent Mulvey. Cannot be reached.
Can you push me into somebody in charge?
To what?
Yeah, can you push me into somebody in charge, like an investigator, detective, or something?
Oh, okay. You got a complaint or? Hold on. Let me see. www.